again, Scott here. The video I've got for you today is a video of how to install backup or reversing camera into the back of your W204 C Class Mercedes. I'd say it's very similar for other models as well, like the E Class. So I would think that what I show you here, you can transfer that across to other models. Pretty simple job. Basically remove all the lining out of the trunk lid or the boot lid. A few fittings to undo. So that actually just replaces one of the registration plate fittings. I reckon they're very neat, very tidy way of doing it. They're very discreet and you can barely notice it. So that's what it looks like. I've just purchased a high resolution version of the same thing for the same price, so I'm going to swap this over. To remove the lining on the lid of the boot or the trunk for our American friends. So you have to remove all these clips and also this plastic piece that covers the hinge, and that is removed just by taking that one clip out there. And we also need to remove the safety triangle. So you can see there's a whole bunch of clips. So I'll do that first and I'll be back. Now to get this fitting off here that holds the safety triangle, you have to push that tab in. I can usually do it with my thumb. Push it in and slide it to the left, and then it so once you've taken the clip out of here, about halfway down there's a little catch, so if you squeeze the plastic you can hear that catch undo, and then you can pull it back like that. And now the whole thing should fall off. And there's another one down here. Squeeze that in, and then that will come off. With a number 20 Torx bit, you need to remove these 4 Torx screws. It's there on the plastic fitting. I'm using this electric screwdriver. Okay, once you undo the plastic trim there, the whole lot falls off, and you just need to disconnect that electrical connector there, and then you can remove the whole thing from the vehicle. This is a view from inside the trunk lid. There's the catch there. You can see there's some extra insulation that I put in last time I was inside this. But there's the existing camera. And over there is the other number plate light fitting. So all the lining is off and that plastic trim is off there. Now we have to undo 2 more Torx screws. There's one just here and one just there. And we have to actually remove this whole plastic piece. There are 2 more Torx screws that I forgot about. There and there, either side of the release switch. So I'll undo those and hopefully it'll all come off. Okay, now that I've undone those Torx screws, this fitting should come off. I'll just have to release the clips on the camera. That gives you a view of it there. So there's the cables from the existing camera. So I can reuse these connections here with the new camera that I've got. Here's my new high resolution reverse camera. So I just have to plug it in because I've already got the wiring from the previous one. But strangely enough, this happened with the last one. The cable there is actually protruding through the part where the number plate light goes. So this happened last time, so I have to undo those 4 screws there. So take the top off here and reroute the cable so it comes out of the side there. So I'll do that. I've rerouted the cable now, you can see how it comes out the side, so the top there is where the light fitting goes. Okay, so I'll just unplug the existing one. The red one's the power and the yellow one's the AV feed. Then you can see how it just goes through the hole there. Here's the new camera going in. So just poke the cables in there. And then that light fitting just goes into the end there. Those ridges on the front there, I think you can see I had to trim some off the front. I'm hoping you can see that. I just had, with a sharp box cutting knife, I just trimmed some of the plastic off those strengthening ridges on the front because it wasn't snapping into place properly. So now that I've done that, it just fits in there nicely. There, so that went in very well. So let's go and try it out. See how the light fitting works within the camera, and there's the original registration plate light over there. Well, that's what it looks like. That's great. That's certainly clearer than the previous one I had on there. I can see right down the end of the driveway, so that's good. I was really keen to have one of these because I live in a rear house. I've got a long driveway that I reversed down, and I was terrified of reversing over a child. And the total cost of this is about $25 for the camera, and it's a high definition Sony camera chip, and $7 for the adapter cable that I showed you in the video on how to remove the head unit. So for a little over $30, and that's delivered, you can have a fantastic reverse camera system. And when I spoke with the dealer, they quoted me $1,500 and said that they didn't want to do it anyway because they'd had problems with the Mercedes system. So I just can't understand it. I mean, they said I'll go and see an independent camera installer. So that was like a red rag to a bull to me. I thought that's ridiculous. And as I said, the previous camera has been on the vehicle for 3 years and performed faultlessly. It's just a slightly lower resolution. This one's just clearer. So very pleased with it. I'm going to show you now where to run the wires and the cables if you want to have a go at putting one of these in yourself. So here's the cables here. So you need to run them, well, certainly the power cable, you need to run down this existing cable, just cable tie to there, and then I've got it running, this is the power cable I'm talking about, I've got it running up into the back there, and then I've got it coming through, I've got it coming sort of behind the lining, and into here, so you can see the connections down there. So that red wire there is providing the power to the camera, and it's connected into point number 71, which is that blue fuse there. So if you connect the camera power supply to that, and then the black wire is the ground, which I've got connected down to that terminal there. I just soldered it on. You can probably maybe able to make it out. There's the black wire there, and I just soldered it onto that terminal there. So that's the power connection. So it's pretty easy to do. You just got to fiddle around. You'll need to extend it, extend the cable, so that just runs up the back and then runs up into there and then comes back and then up here. Now the AV cable, same thing, goes back along here. It's cable tied to that cloth covered cable, goes into the back corner there, and then it's actually going to demonstrate. There's a coat hanger, metal coat hanger that I've straightened out, and I've poked it in through there. If I come around here, there it is there. So once you've got it through, you can tape your AV cable to the other end, and then you can pull it through into the car, and then after that you can just run it down alongside the seat and then just poke it in. You just poke it in under that trim, take it through to the front. Again, my cable's just poked in underneath that trim there. I didn't even have to take it off, and then it goes up here, yeah, going up behind that cloth trim there, and then you take off this side plate here, which is very easy to do with one of your trim tools. Just poke it in to the edge there and it unclips, and then you can poke the AV cable through sort of over the steering wheel and in behind the head unit. It's very easy to do. You get 5 metres of cable. Once you've installed a rear view camera, and she's all connected up, you've put the connection into the auxiliary of the head unit, and I showed you how to do that in the previous video about removing the head unit. There's a lot of misinformation around what needs to be done after that. Now these things are already set up for it, they're already programmed for it, and to do that you need to access the engineering menu, the secret engineering menu. And very easy to do. What you do is you hold in the telephone hang up button, the 1 and the hash simultaneously, so you need 2 hands. You hold those 3 buttons in for around about 6 or 7 seconds, and the screen will switch over to engineering mode, and then you can tell the system that there's a reverse camera connected, and it'll all work. As soon as you put it into reverse gear, it should work. So I'm just going to have to stop the camera because I need 2 hands. So here it is. I've held those 3 buttons in for 6 or 7 seconds, and here's the engineering menu. So there's 2 pages on the front menu there. You can see at the top, engineering mode 1, 2. Scroll down to the bottom using just the command control on your console, and select HW setting. Scroll down to the bottom of that page, HU parameter, and select by pushing the button. And it's on the last page. There's 3 pages here. So scroll down to the bottom and then pull the knob, pull it towards the back of the car. That's the 2nd page. Scroll down to the bottom, pull it towards the back of the car again, takes it to the 3rd page. Scroll down to rear view camera, and you can select that, and there are 3 types. Now I can't remember what they mean. I've got mine set on SRVC and it seems to work fine, so if it doesn't work on that, try one of the others. I just ran through them all and the camera works on any of those 3 settings exactly the same. And then of course you've got not installed, so you just select SRVC for starters and then just wait for a second, and then there it is. So it's come up and said that's what it's got. To back out of this, you can just select the back key, and it takes you back to HU parameter. Select the back key again, takes you back to the first menu. You need to go to the second page, so you're already down the bottom. Pull the control command knob towards the back of the car, goes to the second page, scroll down to end and press enter, and you're back to your normal screen. Doesn't matter what screen you're in when you go to engineering mode. You can be in navigation, telephone, video, audio, it doesn't matter. So that's how you activate it. So once you're back out of engineering mode, back to your normal screen, you need to go up to System, select that, and then down the bottom there, System Settings, select that, and you'll now see Rear View Camera will be on that sub menu there. Select that, and then if you go across there, let's try to give you a better view. You can select then activate by reverse gear. So I've got mine ticked, so that's it. Once you've activated it by reverse gear, it should all be done, and it should work as it's supposed to.